Right, so now we've completed the application. What we want to do is get it deployed to the web. So we'll be using Firebase to deploy it. So let me just go in our code. So in our terminal, what we want to do is we want to log into Firebase first of all. So that's quite simple. It's Firebase space login, press enter, and then this will log us into Firebase. So essentially allow Firebase to collect CLI information. If you want to do that, you can do, you press yes. And then now we authenticate with Firebase. So let's log in and authenticate. So this opens the browser and then we allow everything to be authenticated in here. So now we can go into our terminal once again. And then we want to initialize Firebase. So it's Firebase init. This will give us a set of commands that we want to use. And essentially we want to do hosting. And the public directory we want to use is going to be the dist folder. So let's just do dist in here, because when we run npm build, that will be the dist folder, so the lightweight version and the bundle of our application. And then we want to create a single page app. So that is yes. So that's fine. No to automatic builds. That's all fine. Now we need to run build. So it's npm run build here. So now this will create the lightweight bundle for us. Everything can get bundles. So now you can see we have our CSS and JS files, and is in our dist folder. So in assets, we have everything to do with the JS and also the CSS over here. Now this needs to get deployed. So all we do now is say Firebase deploy, press enter, and this will do all of the deployment for us, and we will also get a URL. So this is uploading everything for us. And now what we can do is if we copy this and go into our browser, paste in the URL that we have and press enter. So now you can see this is the final build. We've deployed it onto this URL. So we can just sign in with Google first of all, just to see if that's all working correctly. And now you can see everything is here. The API is not fetching. Let me just quickly inspect that and see what's actually going on. So if we might just need to wait a little bit because of the server that we are using. It has some cold start. So again, because we're on the free plan, it will take some time. So let's just refresh and try again. So now it's basically fetching all of the information. So if we go in the network tab, scroll down, and now you can see we have finally fetched the API data in here. And then now if we basically edit this margarita pizza and add some exclamation marks in here and save changes, this will now update the database, as you can see over here. So then if you had a external app, so a read-only app, for example, where we have a website and we want to render the recipes, and we also have the certain features, that feature flags enabled, such as if the dark theme was enabled, and then we could set a featured dish, which is the margarita pizza, for example. We can toggle that on or off on the third application, which is the read-only application. So that we are not going to be doing in this video, but essentially it's just the margarita pizza will be dependent on if featured dish was enabled or disabled. This is where we can manage all of our API and database details. So this is the where you log in and you need to be authenticated, and essentially you need to do the same thing again. So that's basically how you would work it. Of course, when you have your read-only application or your website, that would be much better in terms of styling and theming, but that's how you would add feature flags and manage your recipes. So essentially the benefits for this, so if we go into our blog actually, if we go down, it basically shows you how it works. So users log into the React front end, Firebase provides a token on the front end and authenticates the API requests. Basically, the API does all of the processing and the backend processing. As you can see over here, the database manages our data, and then from there you have your front end and your back end. That is basically it. That's how you build your feature flag management dashboard. Then you can have your website and use the API details to be able to only fetch the information. So again, you might want to think about the middleware on this one. So for example, the API for GET requests, they could be read only. So therefore, you don't put in your Firebase middleware on that one. And then therefore, it can be consumed by the third application as well. So anyways, give this a read, and I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.